Hey everyone, today I'd like to show you what I know about the climb jump clip and what I look for when attempting to find a new one. I've used this logic to find multiple clips and ultimately it led to finding the clip in the intro. This isn't an exact science, I'm not 100% sure why this works, and my only goal is to tell you what I know so you might discover one for yourself. And if you're unfamiliar, I'll show you one so you can see what I'm talking about. I believe there are three main factors you need to look for in order to make the clip happen. You have to be able to climb jump with a ceiling that will snap you back into the vertical position. Two is that the cave or ceiling you're attempting to clip into has a sharp curve in either direction. And three, the outside geometry of the cave needs to have some space for Link to stand out of bounds, even the smallest of spaces. When you attempt this, you'll be looking for a curve to hit your head on. Here's an example of what that curve would look like. And here's a little mock-up of the cave. Notice the curve or angle in the geometry of it. Normally, when Link climb jumps on a ceiling and hits his head, the game will try to put him back in the vertical position just as if he tried to climb on the ceiling. I believe that the hitbox that makes up the top of Link's body tries to leave bounds for a brief moment before the game spits him back out. When you do this against an angle in the ceiling, not only is the top of Link attempting to leave bounds, but so is his side, and this is where I think the last factor comes in. The game is always looking to see if Link is on the ground so it can start the standing animation, but while in this state of correction, Link is standing on a place out of bounds, and the game just rolls with it, even if you start to slide after the clip, as long as it's in a place where he can put his feet on. Unfortunately, with all those factors, there's still a huge element of luck involved. Most of it's just going to be hitting your head into the ceiling until something comes up. I've not always found a clip in areas that have those factors, but pretty much all the clips I have found have those three factors involved. So I want to show you a couple of places where I think it would be important for us to find one in case you want to as well. I've looked in here a lot, mainly because I want to apologize for making everybody watch the intro, and I think skip and cock skip would be very helpful. But one thing to note about this area is the back half is not worth it. There is doubled up geometry, and I would not, you would just get stuck. The front half is going to be the main place to attempt it at. We can find a way back in, that's not a concern. So a couple of tips I wanted to throw out there in case you might be interested in looking. One, before you do the jump that you do into the ceiling, stop for a second and let him stop his climbing animation, so that two, when you press the capture button after making the clip, you have reference to go back to and find where that spot is. Three, whenever you're trying to find consistency in a new spot you may have found, Small Ant actually shared a really good tip is to press the ZL button, so that way the camera will be constant. It'll be in the same spot every time and you're not having to move the camera to the same position that it was in before. If you know you're about to get a clip, you should press the ZL button and then make a note of where this position is. Sometimes you have to press it a couple of times because if you move Link, it'll just stay in that position. If you move the camera, it'll just stay in that position you moved it to. And so you got to press it again to get it to shift to a consistent area. The place you could look is after the army fight, trying to get into the fight with Ganondorf. I've looked and honestly I really don't think there's going to be a spot, mainly because the gloom is everywhere and it's pretty much sitting on any potentially good clipping spots. I thought about maybe taking some gloom food down there and trying to find one, and thought that, well, if I found one and we could get set up fast enough, we could get through before the gloom kills us. Just a thought. If you guys do end up finding anything, even if it's not even useful to the run, feel free to share it with me. I would be really excited to see any other potential clips that anybody else has found. And then you never know. I mean, it's something that we might be able to use just in a way that we didn't expect before. It'd be nice to make a catalog of these clips so that we at least know where we can use them. So please, if you do come across any, don't hesitate to let me know. If you guys like this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you want me to make a video about the well clip, I think it's pretty consistent. That's the easiest of the ones I've done so far. Just let me know in the comments and I can make it pretty quickly. But yeah, anyways, good luck if you go looking for them, and thanks for watching.